Hello people, how's it going? Oh, hang about. That's better. Yeah, it's alright, it's my age. My age is catching up with me. Right, this is going to be a review, but first, most important, cup of hot chocolate. I've cut the tea out. It's giving me heartburn or something. Yeah, too much tea and coffee. I have it occasionally, but you know. Cheers. Yeah, not bad. Okay. Oh, leave it. Flaming alarms. It's got alarms going off all over the place. I've got an alarm on my new watch actually. Actually, it's not really all that. It's not all that loud. But anyway, we will get to it. We will get to it. Right. Okay. I went out and I bought another watch. I've wanted one of these for ages, but I just never got around to buying one. I went for a diver's watch last time, and the decision to buy that was a good one. It was definitely a good one. It was my Seiko. Very nice watch. Very nice watch. Solar powered, 200 meters. Great value for money. Great value for what I paid for it. I saved like 130 odd quid on the thing. But anyway, that isn't the focus of this vid. The focus is this. I bought myself a Casio G-Shock. So we're gonna have a little unboxing. They stuck a load of stickers all over it. What's all that about? They love whacking stickers all over the place, Casio. Anyway, I did have a Casio once. I was in school, long time ago, and I just got this Casio itch. You know what I mean? And I just had to scratch it by making a purchase. So this is a G-Shock, and if we open this up. Okay, got various things, cushioning and stuff like that. Let's get rid of that box. Right, so go over there. Right. Okay. Alrighty, more foam. And now we actually get to the watch itself. Let's just get rid of that. Alright. Okay, watch in question is a Casio G-Shock step tracker. I'm not going to give you tons of reference numbers and stuff like that. When the name will suffice. Okay. Now, this watch, it's the most indestructible watch in the world. Okay, it holds a world record for I think it was a 24.5 ton lorry or truck if you're in the US. Ran over one of these. It ran over one of the G-Shock squares, and suffice to say, the G-Shock won. So, incredibly expensive. Still working. You know, no problems there. Still works. Now, I want to take a look at a look at this casing here, because this is very important. When I first purchased this, I got it from, I don't remember where I got it from now. I got it from H. Samuel, and they did have a lot of G-Shocks in there, and I tried to get one of the G-Shock squares, but they are out of stock. There's no way. I think you've got to go direct to. Actually, I did go direct to Casio's website, but they are all out. They're all out. They're all out of every G-Shock square that there was, and they're still out of stock right now, which I find absolutely crazy, you know. But these are so popular. I mean, I'm not just talking about the squares. They had a lot of the watches were out of stock. I tried Ernest Jones. I tried the Beaver Brooks website as well, and H. Samuel, and a lot of their stock is just gone, and they haven't replaced it yet. I don't know whether it's due to this COVID thing, the coronavirus and that. So probably it could well be that they might not have the staff to like sort the watches and pack them and send them, you know, from the manufacturer to, you know, they might not have people to distribute the watches. You know, it could be that. It could well be that. But anyway, I mean, people are buying up watches like crazy all over the place. They're just buying up watches. Mostly like Timex and Casio. They're the two brands people are just buying them up like nuts. They really are. But anyway, back to the watch. Okay, this has the usual stuff. People are pretty familiar with G-Shocks and Casios in general, so I'm not going to do the boring, take you through the basic functionality and stuff like that, because it's all pretty much the same. We've got a mode button on here and an adjust, and the idea is if you want to adjust the time, I think it is, you've got to press those two buttons in there simultaneously to get that function flashing, and then you can start to adjust up or down. So it's pretty easy. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. So what I liked about this watch is it's got a step tracker, and this I am going to show you. Okay, and you see on the front here you've got the usual stuff. You've got the day, the date, the time, and the seconds on the right. Okay, now to access the step tracker, and I didn't know this, I just thought it was the 4 buttons, okay, A, B, C or D, right? I didn't realise that this here was a button. I had no idea whatsoever. It is, and I'm now going to prove it to you. Okay, so you see that if I press this, it changes at the bottom, and it shows you how many steps you've taken. So if I take a look at this, I've taken 627. Now, I'm not sure if this is like I think it's a daily count. I'm still trying to suss this out, because sometimes this thing, when it's counting the steps that you take, and I mean proper steps, you can't just shake it around like this and activate it. I'm talking about proper steps. When that's being measured, I've had this up to like 8,000 steps before. So I don't know whether this is like a daily thing. I think that's how many steps I've taken so far, 620 odd. What was it? 627 steps I've done today. Okay, so, and camera agrees once more. There we go. So I'm pretty sure that that's a daily count. I'm pretty sure about that. But it does count up to, like, it's counted up to about sort of, I've noticed it at 6,000 and 8,000 steps. So I don't know. It might be like a 7-day thing. It could well be. It could well be that. I haven't actually been through the manual because it's too small to read. I'd need like a magnifier to read it. I mean, it's that small. I mean, it's. I mean, the manuals are what they are. You know, they're pretty small. I mean, I'll prove it to you. I mean, there you go. One manual. I mean, I can't read that, and I've got some of it I can read, but some of it is a real struggle. It's very, very small. I don't know why they make manuals in such small fonts. It's bloody annoying, because when you get to your late 40s, I'm telling you, sort of mid 40s, your eyesight starts to go, and it's a pain in the bloody backside. It is, I'm telling you. But anyway, I want to talk a little bit about this, because when I first saw it, when I first viewed it in H. Samuel, there were larger models there, and I wondered, so if I buy a larger model, it's probably going to be too big, and I was a bit worried about that. I'm used to 40mm watches with my Diver and my Armani and my Seconda. These are all 40mm, and I didn't measure this, but I can tell you, because I've got a trained eye, and I used to work for H. Samuel, and I can tell you that this watch is about 42 to 40, I think it's about 42.5mm in diameter. So I don't even need to measure this to tell you that. The case is made out of resin, which is plastic, and it's extremely durable. It's the most durable watch in the world. You will never ever break this thing. If you take a direct impact to the glass, a few of those will break the glass, but the watch will still carry on working. But if you've broken the glass, you might as well just buy yourself another watch, because it's pointless getting it repaired. It's going to cost you more to get it repaired, and the water resistance has already been compromised if you've done that. So, don't do that, people. All right, but you should be all right if you whack this against a brick wall. Okay. What you've got is they've raised the resin above the glass, so you can't. If that touches a flat surface or a ridge or something like that, camera agrees again, you'll be absolutely fine. And let's just get that brick. That's it. Now, as well as the case being extremely durable, if you drop this thing, it will either land on its side or on its face, never ever on its back. Okay, so it will never ever land on the back part, and there's a very good reason for that. Okay, if we look here, we look at the strap. Look how springy that is. There's a reason for that. So that when you drop it, it will bounce, and there, I just did it, and it landed on its face. Okay, so it'll either land on the face of the watch, which doesn't matter, who cares, it's a G-Shock, or it will land on the side. The buttons, or pushers, they're very stiff. There's a reason for that. It prevents accidental resetting of the time and switching of the modes and stuff like that. But they're stiff for another reason, and that is the water resistancy. If you've got very weak pushers, then the water is just going to come in. If they're pushed in, it's just going to come in. With these, you won't get that. I actually thought originally I thought it was a fault on the watch when I first got it, because I never ever owned a G-Shock before. So even though I'd been trained on this, I'd just forgotten the part about the pushers. But anyway, if you look on the inside, you've got, it's like a sort of a, I thought the green parts here, the green bits, were some sort of aid to the strap, the flexibility and the bounciness of the strap. No, that's not what they're for. These are anti-roll. Trying to think what you would call them. It's some kind of an anti-roll mechanism. So when you're wearing the watch, it won't slip round. It stays in position. So it won't slip round like that. That's what they're for. It's not to aid the bounciness or the flexibility of the strap, because the strap is already flexible enough. So these green sort of barrier things, anti-roll things, or whatever the hell you call them, I forget what they're called now. Maybe someone knows. But that has nothing to do with any sort of functionality of the watch whatsoever. Okay, absolutely nothing, none at all, none whatsoever. As you said, the strap is just so flexible. Now, I have heard the strap itself, that these do snap. Eventually they break. I'm not convinced of that. Although I could be wrong. But it doesn't feel like rubber, like my dive watch, but it's the same sort of thing, I suppose, in that they've got to have something. They've got to have the thing made out of plastic. I guess for the durability. I think that's the part of it, because this is springy, whereas rubber, although it has spring to it, if I drop this, it's probably going to break. So, and it's not going to bounce back and land on the face. So that's why this has to be made out of resin. What else? It's 200 meters water resistant. This is not solar powered. This is quartz. All right. And once the quartz battery goes, I don't know. I mean, when I purchased this, it was sitting in a drawer. It wasn't on display. So I'm not 100% certain. Sorry. No, it was on display. The box was in a drawer, and it was the same branch that I used to work at, like over 10 years ago. Because I said, where's your stockroom gone? Because you used to have a stockroom here. She went, how do you know that? I said, well, I used to work for the company. She went, oh. I went, oh yeah. I said, because you had Ernest Jones next door. She went, yeah, we did. Yeah, they took that out of there. Oh well. Anyway, I mean, she reached in a drawer, got the box out and everything, and I said, sorry, am I not getting a brand new watch? And she went, no, it's the only one left, I thought, God, yeah, okay. I mean, it was only £100, and I got a 10% discount with it anyway. So I wasn't particularly bothered. But if these watches, if every X-Display model has been sitting in that cabinet, or display model has been sitting in the cabinet. It makes you wonder how long it's been sitting there and how long I've got left on the battery. I mean, it's guaranteed for 2 years. but the jewellers only guarantee it for 12 months, you know. And there's a reason they only guarantee it for 12 months, because it's been bloody well sitting there. That's what it is. So, but anyway, I thought I could do with a G-Shock. I need a beta watch. I didn't have one in my collection. I didn't fancy using my 400 quid Seiko as a beta watch, really. So I went ahead and I bought it. I bought this puppy, and I've been wearing it ever since. Is it wrong to fall in love with a watch? I don't know. I mean, I'm in a G-Shock. I mean, I absolutely love this thing. I mean, I've worn it for the past sort of like 2.5 weeks. I haven't switched to my Seiko, and I wore my Seiko for about 3 months or something like that. Yeah, I recommend get yourself a Casio. You can't go wrong. It's a Casio G-Shock. You know, wear it for gardening or whatever. You know, just, you know, if you're doing any work around the house, stick your G-Shock on. Then you haven't got to worry about your nice watches being wrecked, have you? So, but anyway, look, I'm going to leave it there. I say I'm going to leave it there, but I've got my eye on some other watches that look quite nice, and I'm eyeing one up now. It's one in the Timex range, and I do fancy getting that because it does look nice. It does look very, very nice, and it's only like 90 odd quid. So I might treat myself to that. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I appreciate you tuning in, guys, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers. Bye bye, camera.